Thank you.
This is dinner or lunch or breakfast. Breakfast, certainly breakfast. This was breakfast. Woo woo! We're heading out of town, heading to Newfound Gap. We are stopping at the Sugarland Visitors Center. We're getting a parking pass from my cousin, and then we are hitting the trail. Look at those kids over there. We get a little field trip going on. We are heading up the Appalachian Trail from Newfound Gap, and the first epic place that we will get to is Charlie's Bunion. And we have my cousin George hiking with us.
How you doing, huh?
We're so excited. Ronnie is not with us today, so we're kind of bummed. And our friend Lisa wasn't able to do it because of her injury, so we are well, this is probably not accurate, but 1,972 miles from our goal. So we're heading north on the AT. We are climbing up the boulevard and the AT trail, and it's been a lot of boulders and rocks, but it was really chilly, and now I'm in my rain jacket and sweating some, but I'm going to take this off when we get to ice spring water, whatever, ice spring shelter, and put my rain jacket away. I didn't want to get my melly out because then I have to open my backpack. So, rain jacket it was. And this is what we've been climbing up. George is just flying up this mountain, and he doesn't even need trekking poles. He doesn't need any stinking poles. So this has been a good start to the day. Talked to the ranger yesterday to see if we'd need our micro spikes through this section, and he said no. So I sent him back with Ron, along with my merino wool 3/4 zip and my leggings. So that lightened up my load a little bit. And so I think I'll be good. I haven't used those except to sleep in. And so, oh, and I had a big roll of Luco tape. No, it wasn't Luco tape, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, Luco tape. And sent that home as well. So, got a little bit lightened up, but I think I replaced those items with too much food. So, I got some treats this time. Got animal crackers, peanut M&Ms, and some Harbo peach things. So, yeah, too much food, but I'm sure we'll eat it. We just took the trail off the boulevard, and we are almost to Ice Spring Water Shelter. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'll let you know when we get there. But look at all the trees that are down here. We've gone uphill most of the way, and it hasn't been bad. The weather's been good for us so far. We get a little breeze every once in a while, and the company has been awesome because I have Susan and George with me. But I'm excited to show you guys the shelter because that is the very first shelter I ever saw on the Appalachian Trail. Because this hike right here is the one I always would take my nieces and nephews on when we would do our family vacations up in Sevierville. And so I think the first time I came to Charlie's Bunion, I did it with my nephew PJ, my nephew Tyler, and my niece Brandy. And that was my very first experience on this. And then at the shelter, there was a older gentleman there whittling a animal onto a wooden walking stick, which I thought was really cool. And he said he saw like a white wolf or a white coyote or something like that. And he was just sitting there enjoying the day. So I'm excited to get back there. That shelter has bear cables and a privy, and is right before Charlie's Bunion. Okay, here we are at Ice Spring Water Shelter, and this is like coming home for me. My very first shelter I've ever seen on the Appalachian Trail. And a lot of them on the AT in the Smokies, if not all of them, look very similar. They've got the stone on the three sides.
You must have a reservation to stay here.
And here is the view. That's the trail to go somewhere, but not the AT. And then it says Icewater Spring Privy is full and closed. That is because so many Appalachian Trail hikers have already come through. But here's the inside. I'll show you the inside of it. And here's the shelter. So everybody sleeps this way. Feet down there, head here. Can't imagine putting my head down at the other end. But, and then there's a fireplace. Look, they already stacked the wood for somebody. All right, so this is my cousin George. We did an interview yesterday, but obviously, like I said, it didn't go through. So I wanted him to share with you guys what he does at the Red River Gorge. And then I want him to also share like what he thinks about this experience that we're going on.
All right, I'll start with the experience.
Okay.
So this was just uphill, 3 miles, which for me is a lot, and but it's easy. You got people you're talking to, makes it go a little faster. But back over the Red River Gorge in Kentucky, I've been hiking out there a few years. Found search and rescue, or they found me. Oh, they didn't rescue me; they found me on the trail, and I helped them out. And so I joined, and we have people that go out and they underestimate the weather, things like that, and lost hikers, and so we do that and try to make sure that everyone's safe and sound, and make sure there's no bear attacks, things like that. But the cool part of it is if you want and you want to pay for it, you can get lights and sirens. So I got that. So that's the fun part.
Yes.
Is getting there. And then of course on the way home you have to go to the speed limit, so that's a bummer.
Yep.
But yeah, that's about it. But this has been an awesome experience seeing you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm real proud of you.
Thank you.
This is phenomenal, and it's good luck.
Thank you.
And so I'll try to meet up with you again down the road.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Love you.
Got it. Love you too.
We are at Charlie's Bunion, one of my all-time favorite places that I come when I'm in the Smokies, and I love sharing it with the people that come with me. So this is probably the windiest day I've been here, and it is not sunny and beautiful, but I think the view is still pretty clear. So we're gonna come up here, and I'm excited that I get to share it with my virtual tramley. That's what I'm gonna call you guys. So let's get up there and take a look at the views. We are not there yet, but how can you pass up this view? Let's walk this trail together. This is actually a blue blaze on the Appalachian Trail. And although I'm trying to be as purist as possible, this is one of those exceptions. Okay, I am on top of one of the rocks, and I'm not going to go to that one just because I'm not. But there's the view on top of Charlie's Bunion. And there's Susan. Just left Charlie's Bunion. And look at the sidewall here. It's really pretty cool. Here's another very cool view on this path that we're heading out on. Up to about 5 miles, I would say the terrain was pretty kind to us. The beginning was a lot of rocks and some uphill maneuvering over rocks and big rocks, but after 5 miles, we've had a little bit more of an incline, a steady incline, but I just wanted to share this. I think it's a pretty part of the forest, and we're trekking along. We're about 5.5 miles in, and so we're a little over halfway. So the day's going good. And it's a cooler day, not cold, but we've got a good breeze. I'm glad I took my rain jacket off before we started the climbs because I'm already sweating and I don't have my jacket on. I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, but we're getting some pretty good wind gust here, and of course it calms down once I get the video out, but we're getting some nice wind. Maybe you can, yeah. Anyways, so we are just enjoying this beautiful breeze in this beautiful forest, and the day has been great. But when the wind blows, it gets pretty loud. I wish it would go right now because you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, it started to sprinkle a little bit. I have my rain jacket on, my rain pants. We have under 4 miles to get to camp, and we could, it's starting to come. Hoping to get there before it really starts coming down. So probably won't see too much more videoing. I don't know if you can hear the wind or not, but things are starting to pick up around here. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this. This wind is getting real. Okay, we're stepping off the AT. We're going to Peck's Corner Shelter, which is 0.4, and we've either walked the rain or it is over, at least for a little bit. So here's the trail that we'll follow for 0.4 and get to the shelter. We have been booking it for probably the last 4 miles or so, because the rain really picked up around 5 or 6 miles into the hike. So we're gonna head down and get our tent set up. A little bump in the road. We just arrived to Peck Shelter, and now the challenge is to find potential tent space. Interesting. We made it to Peck Shelter, and we are staying in the shelter, which isn't ideal, but it's supposed to thunderstorm today, and there wasn't any real available tent sites that were there. I don't think they have hardly anything in regards to tents. So we're in the shelter tonight, and hopefully it goes well. It'll be our first time in the shelter, at least for me, since I've started this hike. So everybody seems to be super nice as always, and it's a bit windy and the temperatures have dropped a little bit, but we're making the best of it. We already ate dinner. It's 5:30, and so I'm trying to delay getting into my sleeping bag or my quilt, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to get back out to go to the bathroom one more time before hopefully darkness. But it was a great day. My watch said that we did right around 11 miles. It was supposed to be a 10-1 day. We did have to hike 0.4 into the shelter from the Appalachian Trail, and so that would have been 10.5. So I'm not really sure where the other half mile came from, except you know, walking around at the other shelter when we first got there. So, but it was great having my cousin hike with us. I'm glad you guys got to meet him. He's awesome. And he was a trail angel, and he also did amazing trail magic for us this week. All in all, we had a great time. My cousin George was a nice addition to the part of the journey, and I will be forever grateful for his generosity over this stop in Gatlinburg. And it was sad and a little emotional when I say goodbye to my brother. He is already on his way home, and he is looking forward to following us on YouTube as well. And I just called him and let him know that we were staying in the shelter for the first time. He has been avoiding that the whole time. He just didn't want to do that, mainly because of norovirus, and that's why we were trying to avoid it as well. But we didn't really have a choice. The next shelter was 5 more miles, and when we got here, we just missed the rain. Well, I don't know if we outwalked it or the wind just blew it away from us, but we had some rain and a lot of wind, which I think and I hope showed up on the video. But it's supposed to thunderstorm tonight, so we'll stay at the shelter tonight, and then we're probably going to get up early tomorrow morning and get ourselves put together and head out. The next shelter is 13.3, I think, so we'll be doing almost 14 miles tomorrow. We have some ups and downs. Today's train was really nice. The train up to the first shelter was really bouldery, and then after that it was so much easier than what we've been doing the last couple of days, so we welcomed that. And then we just kind of power walked once we started getting the wind and the rain. So I'm going to close out now because I'm going down to the shelter and there's a bunch of people there, and I don't want to do this in front of everybody. But we had a great day. Day 26 is in the books. Is it 26? Let me see real quick. Day 27 is in the books, and we are looking forward to getting these next 2 days in, and that'll put us out of the Smokies, which will be another big moment on this hike for us. So peace out, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.